the case in a special way. Johann decided to live stream the trial so that the people could decide the outcome. He live streamed photos of patients infected with wastewater right in the courtroom. At this time, the factory boss remained calm because he believed that he had bribed Johann's superior, but he didn't know that the judge handling the case this time was the judge known as the devil. He also arrogantly declared that his factory was feeding tens of thousands of people. A few deaths from pollution were not enough to shut down the factory. He wanted to make the verdict public and make it clear that he had the money to pay for the damages. His lawyers said that he didn't know about the factory leaking wastewater. They asked the court to only convict him for poor internal management. Johann disagreed. He immediately called an important witness to testify in court. The witness was a doctor who had worked in the factory many years ago. He made it clear that the water leak had been discovered and reported to the factory owner, but the owner refused to repair it because he didn't want the factory to stop operating. He would rather let consequences happen and then pay compensation than suffer the loss of revenue. That statement made the entire courtroom fall silent in everyone's utmost indignation. At this time, all the people were watching the trial, which was broadcast live nationwide. They started voting online to decide the fate of the person who caused trouble for the village. Everyone thought that the factory owner was an unforgivable, evil person. The percentage of people who voted for a severe punishment exceeded 90% of the participants. Finally, Johann announced that he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for avoiding the death and illness of the villagers. Everyone present at the court was dissatisfied because the sentence was too light and not enough of a deterrent. The owner breathed a sigh of relief because he thought that if he paid a little money, he would be released early. On also suspected that Johann had accepted bribes to reduce the defendant's sentence, but Johann immediately added a sentence that made the court extremely tense. Johann said that the defendant had caused serious and long-term consequences because of his stupid greed. Not only did he take the lives of innocent people, but he also caused the living to suffer for the rest of their lives. With 47 victims, Johann sentenced them to a total of 235 years in prison. The trial shocked public opinion, and the live broadcast was enthusiastically supported by the people. The government was also pleased with the way Johann publicly announced all the verdicts to the people. From then on, all the trials presided over by Johann were broadcast live for the people to watch. It was all part of Johann's plan to restore justice and righteousness. One evening, young men, an arrogant and spoiled young master, saw an old man eating on the side of the road and drove towards him, threatening him, and then leaving. The old man was so scared that he fell off his bike and did not dare to fight back. He just bowed his head and quietly ran away. Young men believed that he was a good driver, so he did not slow down at the intersection. He caused a woman to lose control and crash into the curb. Young men also arrogantly yelled at the woman driving. Then he continued to drive around the city as if